What is up, YouTube? A9 here, and welcome back. So, last time we got Fallout running on the Pip-Boy. Still isn't running any better. It's not the end of the world. I'm sure maybe one day I'll figure it out. But in today's episode, we're gonna get radio and GPS working, because, like I said, we need a map. So yeah, we're just gonna use I forgot what the acronym is, but it's like internet radio sort of thing. Not internet. What's the? Hold on. Let me look up what the actual acronym is. Yeah, software defined radio. That's what it's called. So yeah, we got this little USB stick. Came with an antenna, and actually something that's really nice about this USB is, pop that out. Look at that. Just stick that on the board, put it under like chicken wire mesh or something. Obviously, I'll resolder the USB header somewhere else. And yeah, that's a nice little piece of greebling we have. Not quite Fallout accurate, because there's a bunch of transistors, and do they have transistors in Fallout? They must. I don't believe you can make a Mr. Handy without transistors, so they must have it. They're just probably, why use transistors when you can use a miniature vacuum tubes or whatever. So there's that. Maybe I'll end up using this as a bit of some greebly stuff, so I'm not going to throw it away or anything. But for right now, while we work on it, obviously I'm going to put it back in just so I don't short the board by accident. I also got some USB headers, just so I can, which way did they go? So yeah, when it comes time to it for it, I'm gonna unsolder these breakout boards, and we're just gonna have these sticking out. That way, because this is gonna have to sit like this on my arm, so picture my arm like that, with all these USBs here. I either want the speaker to end up sitting here, or the multimeter end up sitting there. So I'm gonna need more room, because again, my arm is long, and it's not that long. Because the multimeter, I think, is another good 5 centimeters. Which will put it to about near my, here-ish on me. Yeah. So that'll give us some more room, and it'll also allow me to wire in switches, so I can run, so I don't have to always have this going. I don't know how much power it uses, but this is battery operated, so I want to be able to turn it off. Same with the GPS. So I can wire in some switches. Yeah, the radio also came with a little remote. I'm not sure I'm going to use it for anything, but again, maybe I will. It has, a nice little keypad on it and whatnot. Might turn out to be some big greebles for a future project, or this one. But for right now, I'll just toss it aside. So I'm going to get the Pi turned on, and we can work on installing the radio first. Okay, so I ended up having to remove the casing for the radio anyways, because it wouldn't fit with the other USBs. As for the software we're using, we're just going to be using a GQRX. It's a software-defined radio app thing. And I should just, I think that's all I need to do. Okay. So I will cut back when it is done installing. All right, so it just finished, and now it's querying, whatever that means. So I'm gonna guess it's not quite finished yet. Oh, wait, that might have been it. So apparently it should show up under internet. It did. Hopefully it'll fit on the screen. I'm also just gonna mute it for a moment, just in case it starts blasting noise. Oh. There we go. So I gotta define the I/O. So I have no idea what any of this means. I'm just gonna leave it as default. Sample rate, sure. Let me figure out what settings I have to input for this. So I'll be right back. Okay, so I have the radio working. I don't have the speaker plugged in, and I'm not really receiving a signal because I'm in a basement currently. But it does work. If you could... Actually, here, let me zoom the signal out a little bit. Sadly, the app doesn't really like being on this size of a screen, but if I zoom the signal out... you can see I am picking up a signal, just barely. So we have a radio station, which is awesome. So the radio is working, so I am going to close this, and now we'll try and get the GPS to work. Alright, so I'm back, and it's been quite a while since that last clip, and some things have changed. As you can notice, I have both hands. And that's because I got myself a tripod, or like arm or whatever, to hold my phone. And also I was able to find myself a Raspberry Pi 4, so we got a bit of extra power. And I've already tested it, and Fallout runs a hell of a lot smoother. And I think now just whatever latency I'm feeling is down to the screen and not so much the Pi throttling itself. So thank you guys all for the suggestions in the last episode about the about what I can do to get it to run better. I'm all right for right now. But thanks anyways. So right now we're gonna try and get this GPS module working, which is... let me see if I can... stop eating the pie fan. That's GPS module right here. I hope that's in frame. It's a little hard to tell considering the tripod kind of covers up my phone. So, anyways, I'm just following a YouTube guide, which I will link down below, as well as the same with the guide that I used for installing the radio. That'll be linked down below as well. So I'm going to get on that, and yeah, so I will cut back when everything is working. Alright, they're unable to get locate package Y. Alright, so checking online, it basically, or if I just read the freaking error message that actually popped up, it can't find the package download, so as far as I'm aware, it should. So I'm going to try doing that whole get upgrade, get update nonsense that's at the beginning of every Raspberry Pi tutorial on the internet, and see if that solves my problem, hopefully. Alright, so it's finished doing the thing. I'm going to try it again and see if it works. No. Okay, maybe a reboot might do it. No. Still doesn't work. I have no idea what I'm doing then. Updates available. Alright, well, let's hit that again. Maybe. I don't know. Alright, so I've tried for a bit. I'm not 100% sure what the heck is going on. Maybe I'm gonna look for some other guides online, maybe. And, one of the Reddit posts I saw said that, like, just try it on a different day. Do an update again and try it on a different day. If it doesn't work, it doesn't work. So, I'm not exactly sure. Anyways, what we can do is I can show you guys that Fallout is running a lot better now, so give me a second. Alright, there we go, so Fallout is launched. Hopefully it looks fine on the screen. Again, I don't have the audio plugged in, so... but, like, things are loading a lot faster. The main menu screen still takes a little bit. So we'll just load my test game. Alright, there we go. And as you can see, I am moving a hell of a lot quicker. And the screen is panning a lot faster. I'm still getting the refresh, but again, that's because like the refresh rate on the screen is really low. But that's fine. I call this playable. And I know I'm only in like the starting cave, so at some point I'll have to get out of it and, you know, go to like a major settlement or whatever and see if it gets a little bit worse, because it'll be loading a bigger area and all that, but I think it should be alright, so that's good. Okay, but to end off this episode, I have done a bit of a drawing on what the rough design of this Pip-Boy is going to be. And it's about roughly the length of my arm, so it's about roughly to scale. And like I got my little multimeter. This may change because I have actually opened this up, and I put the screw back in, but I can separate the controls from the actual needle gauge, the readout, a display, whatever, I don't know what you call it, an analog display, I guess. So I can separate these two, so I don't have to put this here. If I want to change its spot and put like some other controls here, I can. The speaker, I am going to see if I can get... I think I should be able to get this to work with only one speaker in. Depending on how it's set up, it might be just the left or the right channel, so I'll see if I can force the Pi to only use mono audio, so it just sends the signal, a right and left signal, to both speakers, but that should fit in there. So yeah, the Raspberry Pi will sit here, obviously screen. Holotape is, I'm going to do some USBs, so actual USB, and I think I might, depending if I run out of space on the Pi, I might transfer over the games that I have currently. So there's a Fallout 1, Doom. If I can get Fallout 2 to work, I'll put them on USBs and I can swap the games. So like in Fallout 4 with the Pip-Boy games. And then the top view, for like the fission battery. I mean, obviously Pip-Boys have internal batteries, but like this is like a cobbled together, like not an actual official Robco Pip-Boy or whatever. So I'm leaning towards this being like a R&D model or something. But I got this thing that holds some sort of cell battery. I don't remember. But it'll sit there. And then have a torch that has a 90-degree swivel on it. and then get myself a little trackball mouse so I can control shit. And eventually, maybe, one day, put an actual Geiger counter in here. Because there are some that work with the Raspberry Pi or Arduino, but they're also really high voltage, and not sure I want to mess around with that currently. Yeah, but anyway, so next episode will be on doing all the wiring for this. So like getting this wired up to the Pi, getting the speakers wired correctly, the fan, which will sit like right here. And the fan isn't going to be USB powered. I'm just going to hook it up to the 3.3 volt on this guy. So when this is on, this is just going. Do all the switches and stuff. And yeah, so stay tuned for that. Also, actually, the last thing is I was watching a Adam Savage's tested video when you're looking at the Ghostbusters props, and they mentioned using a like a thermos as the arm mount for it. So I'm going to get this cut in half because I went to a thrift store and just picked it up for really cheap, and use it as the arm mount. I don't know if it'll be big enough for a full clasp system, so like the Pip-Boy 3000, how it has the latch that goes all the way around your arm, or if I'll just do it for the top and do more Pip-Boy 2000 Mark IV style. Haven't quite decided on that yet. But yeah, so hope you guys enjoyed this one, and I will see you guys next time. Bye!